Hello and welcome to Ask the Small Business Attorney. My name is Attorney Montgomery. I am the small business attorney and I help clients throughout the United States with trademark, copyright, and business development solutions. This is a weekly segment that we have on our Facebook page where we answer questions that have been submitted to us via our email or through our business page messaging. So today was a good question. We get this question quite a lot. Especially today when you have so many people that are authoring books. Matter of fact, I have my own book here, 30 Days to Launch, which is a checklist of legal and business basics that you guys should know before you open your doors, and as well as the business plan workbook. So we're going to talk a little bit about how we can go about protecting our books, because I get that question quite a lot. Because if you notice, you might notice that there are several books out there that share the same or similar title. Same thing with songs. There are several songs out there that share the same or similar title. And a lot of people say, well, how can that be? Well, the issue that we're going to discuss today is actually both a trademark and a copyright issue. There is and oftentimes, trademarks and copyrights are intellectual property, and that is, property of the mind. And oftentimes, those two things overlap. And when you're when you're creative, and when you're in the area and space of creating things, you want to be able to protect those items that you protect, because that's how you make your livelihood. That's how you make your money, is by protecting that content, by protecting and making sure that if somebody is looking for you, they find you. So that's how the trademarks and copyrights can sometimes overlap. When it comes to books, people ask me all the time, how can I protect my book title? Well, we have trademarks and we have copyrights. Trademarks protect brand identifiers, and that is the source of a good or a service, while copyrights protect the original work that's in a fixed, tangible form. So creative work such as the book, the actual book, the pictures and images that are in the book. Like if you see this book here, you see it has some kind of graphic design on it. Photography. There's my photo from a few years back. Copyrights protect things in that nature. So when it comes to protecting your book, you actually have several ways that you can go about doing it. So if we start at the front, and one of the things that I like to do, or I have done, is I actually created a course. I have a course for both trademarks and copyrights, the Ultimate Trademark Blueprint and the Copyright Masterclass. And together, those classes are amazing. But if you have questions, really want to go in depth, more than we're going to be able to do in this space that we have today, I highly recommend that you go to bit.ly/protect with a capital P your IP, so that you can register for those classes. But in order to protect your content, we're going to start at the front. So how do you protect your title? Excellent question. Unfortunately, neither trademarks or copyrights give you the avenue to protect a book title. So Connie, why is that? Copyrights don't protect short phrases, so you wouldn't be able to go that route. And trademarks trademarks protect brand identifiers. That's the source of a good or a service, which means in the USPTO, which is the United States Patent and Trademark Office, has found that book titles don't indicate the source of anything. More, they kind of give you a description of what you're going to be finding. Like this book is 30 Days to Launch, and it says a checklist of legal and business basics that business owners should know before opening their doors. It's kind of giving you an idea of what the book is going to be about. It's not really telling you who created this book, so it's not a trademark in that sense. I'm going to see if it has it on here. On the other hand, if we're talking about trademarks, the publisher had a logo or something on here, that can be protected because that publisher is providing a service of publishing the book. Okay, so oftentimes there are some ways around it when you're working with trademarks, because although you can't protect your book title, you think of things like Nancy Drew or the Babysitter Clubs. Those are series that have been protected by trademarks because those series indicate the source When you see the Babysitter's Club, you're not looking at the title. You're not, my daughter's reading a Babysitter Club book now. I think it's called Marianne, The Case of Marianne and Too Many Boys. So that title is not protected, but the source, which is the Babysitter's Club, that's absolutely can be protected by trademarks. And so what's the next thing? So there are different elements. It's not always the one application fits all. You also have, let's say you hire a graphic designer or an illustrator to help you. In those cases, the person that created that cover for you or created those illustrations, they own that work, and you need to have some type of agreement with them on how you're going to handle that work. And so that's going to be a separate copyright from the actual content that you protect. So the content, the actual material that you write, that's going to be protected under copyrights because it's an original work. As long as it's an original work that's in a fixed, tangible form, meaning that you can't just have an idea for a fabulous book and think that that idea is protected because you went and told all your friends that you're going to write a book, but you haven't written it yet. You're going to write a book about traveling the world, but you haven't written it yet. That's not going to be protected. It's not protected until it's in a fixed, tangible form. So that can be written, that can be an audio book, that can be a video, something of that nature, but it has to be in a fixed, tangible form. So I think that is what we have today, is how to protect your content, how to protect your book when you're writing. So that would be your book title, that would be your content, that would be your illustrations. And just remember that whenever you're working with third parties to help you create your content, it's very important that you use written agreements to memorialize the agreement between you two, especially if you're working with a graphic designer or an illustrator, or even if you're going to co-author a book. You need to know how that's going to work and lay out. All right, so again, if you want more detailed about copyrights and absolutely trademarks, which I think if you're a business owner, you have a responsibility. You need to know the basics. You need to have a fundamental understanding of things that really affect your business, and that's why I created the Protect Your Intellectual Property, or the Protect Your IP bundle, which has the Ultimate Trademark Blueprint course and the Copyright Masterclass course. So, are there any questions? I see we have some people on there today, so do we have any questions? Because if there are no questions, that's going to be it for today's class or today's session. And I invite you to join me for next week. Next Thursday, 1 p.m. Central Time. You can submit your questions by going to our business page, Off the Mark IP Solutions, and sending us a private message. Or you can email us at hello@offthemarkipsolutions, and you can submit your questions there. Remember that my responses to your questions is not legal advice. It's just legal information. I'm answering your question, and it does not constitute a attorney-client relationship. If you want legal advice specific to what you're going through, schedule an appointment. I do offer consultations, and I would love to hear from you, and I would absolutely love to work with you. And if you're interested in the Ultimate Trademark Blueprint and the Copyright Masterclass bundle, then go to bit.ly/protectyourIP. So just, I see some more people are coming on, I can just do a recap. Today we talked about how to protect your book and your book title if you're an author. And so the first thing you need to know is that your book title cannot be protected by either trademarks or copyrights. And your content is going to be protected by copyrights only if it's in a fixed, tangible form. If it's just an idea for a book that you have and you haven't actually written a book, there's no protection in that. And if you want to get some further information on that, absolutely invite you to watch the replay. But if you have a question, I see some more people are coming in. If you have a question, now's the time to ask that question, because we're just getting ready to jump off. Any questions? Don't be shy. Okay. Oh, and that book again, like I said, we talked about titles. It's just titles 30 Days to Launch. We talked about working with a graphic designer and making sure that you have the right contracts in place because the person that creates it, even if you pay for it, the person that creates it owns it unless it's an employee doing the work in the scope that they were hired for. Okay? And so I see that there are no more questions. Thank you so much for joining me for during your lunch hour, and we will meet again next week.